Welcome to ePathashala. We are now going to talk about the planting plan of Amara Industrial Estate. We were talking earlier about 5 aspects of feelings about this particular planting. So the plant choice have been taken care in such a way, all the 5 aspects which we have talked in detail have been taken care. For example, you have a smell, you have a taste, you have a sound, you have a visual pleasure, then you have a feeling, touch feeling. All the 5 feelings have been taken care in planting. Every plant has got their own character in order to achieve or rise to the occasion of providing you the end result of your concept. So you can go through in detail about the design aspect and see that these things are achieved or not.
Planting design, what kind of plants are used, what levels have been adopted, so that these levels are all given from the site only. Site is a little bit of contouring site, so you get different levels. Road need to have proper camber, proper slope, proper drainage need to be required, and then your rainwater drainage is also equally required, and you have different plants are there. You can read the planting names and other thing. Date palm is used here for aesthetic purpose. You know more about the details of the date palms. Again, date palms are there used. Other planting materials. Some more planting materials, you can read them. Again, some more planting materials. See, what is more important in this planting is you have to organize the planting in such a way it's not planted haphazardly and everything is planted in an order. Because you need an order in the industrial area, you cannot plant them in a haphazard way. Again, planting plan. Different colors are used. Acalyphas and Exoras are used. Ticoma capensis are used. Champion palms are used for aesthetic purpose. You can see the color, how it will look when it is finished. You have bougainvillea plants, you have acalyphas and green plants. Everything contribute something or other for the landscape character. You can see a lot of planting variety, hedge varieties are being planted. You have the presentation of planting plan with all the plant material in different locations have been identified. If you zoom it and see, you can see all the planting plan requirements. Foliage plants, trees are used in the courtyard, provide shade to the court. Flowering trees, tall trees, specimen trees, different types of trees have different character is given to everybody. Then flowering and foliage trees are there. Saraca indica is there, Cassia javanica is there, Lagastromia indica is there. So you have different varieties of trees to give a different character to the different roads. Then your specimen palms are there, royal palm, foxtail palm, phoenix, raffles, Kentias and Arica palms. Then your shrubs, different types of shrubs to give color and foliage. Again, color and foliage with different plants with ground covers. Planting design. what kind of plants are used, what levels have been adopted, so that these levels are all given from the site only. Site is a little bit of contouring site, so you get different levels. Road need to have proper camber, proper slope, proper drainage need to be required, and then your rainwater drainage is also equally required. And you have different plants are there. You can read the planting names and other thing. Date palm is used here for aesthetic purpose. You know more about the details of the date palms. Again, date palms are there used. Other planting materials, some more planting materials, you can read them. Again, some more planting materials. See, what is more important in this planting is you have to organize the planting in such a way it's not planted haphazardly and everything is planted in an order, because you need an order in the industrial area. You cannot plant them in haphazard way. Again, planting plan. Different colors are used. Acalyphas and Exoras are used. Ticuma capensis are used. Champion palms are used for aesthetic purpose. You can see the color, how it will look when it is finished. You have bougainvillea plants, you have acalyphas and green plants. Everything contribute something or other for the landscape character. You can see a lot of planting variety, hedge varieties are being planted. You have the presentation of planting plan with all the plant material in different locations have been identified. If you zoom it and see, you can see all the planting plan requirements. Foliage plants, trees are used in the courtyard, provide shade to the court. Flowering trees, tall trees, specimen trees. Different types of trees have different character is given to everybody. Then flowering and foliage trees are there. Saraca indica is there. Cassia javanica is there. Legastomia indica is there. So you have different varieties of trees to give a different character to the different roads. Then your specimen palms are there. Royal palm, foxtail palm, Phoenix, Raffles, Kentias and Areca palms. Then your shrubs, different types of shrubs to give color and foliage. Again, color and foliage with different plants, with ground covers.
We are talking about landscaping. How does it appeal to people? How does it appeal in the terms of senses? In one way or other, what is the senses? You can hear, you can smell, you can taste, then what else? You can see. All these things will also guide to a different landscape characters. We are talking about landscaping. Landscaping has got vast feelings, appeals, smell. The garden, what you design, the landscape, what you design, should have a smell, should have a color, should have a texture, should have a kind of a thing, noise or sound or music to your ears. Then you should be very, very appealing. So how to achieve all these aspects in one garden? So sensory gardens, we call them, maximize sensory impact of the garden to its visitors. When you are walking in the garden, there are some special plants which gives a very good smell. Something like your night queen or day queen. Lot of plants have got lot of smell, but different seasons it will give rise to different smell. Then color, what different color of the plants. So if you go into some area, you have red, yellow, orange, all colors are available. So color also plays a major role. That is again vision. So normally, we call the gardens a touch, taste, admire, and listen. Then you have, these are all the normally, gardens be user friendly to encourage the garden. So what are the basic, how do you go about it? What is the requirement? I think I'm confusing a lot in this particular subject, I think. So it's not that, it's very simple. We have 5 senses we always call: smell, taste, hear, eye, and then the joy. So these are the basic elements. How do you react towards the plants? Very important. Even when the plants are good, well maintained, flowering throughout the year, colors throughout the year, gives a very good smell. You have some dry leaf falling, and then some kind of a music created because of the plants. So all these things give rise to a character of the garden. So how to achieve them? So we are going to talk in that sense. In this particular factory, we tried experimenting these kind of things. The concept is basically we are talking about sound. What is sound? How to stimulate the hearing? Choose a plant flora that makes noise or sound or pleasing to your ears when the wind passes through them, such as bamboo stems. Then seeded pods make sounds. So you have to use them in such a way. Then your touch. Some plants, you always feel like going and touching and feeling the texture, very smooth texture, and feel like a very soft texture. So cool texture. So this kind of texture, touch is the second feeling we are going to talk about. Sound, touch, smell. Very, very important when there is a bloom, when there is a flowering. So you have a different smell coming out. Aroma, we call them. Aroma of the garden is very important. When we are talking about sound, there is one more sound which is very important. When you have a very good blooming, you have the noise or sound of birds, which we have forgotten totally. Birds are something which is going to give you the kind of music to your ears, not only the sound through bamboos or sound through your leaf or sound through all the other thing. The birds are giving to very good sound. How do you get the sound? You have very good flowering trees. Birds are attracting flowers, fruits, all these things are required. So this is also another very important thing. When we talk about smell, we are talking about gardenias, honeysuckles, herbs, lot of varieties are. Then the first, second, third, fourth one will be sight, visual pleasing. The moment you look at the garden, you should always have a feeling of wow, beautiful, I like the place. Last time when we went to Singapore or other places, with my daughter and all, what happened, she was so tired. She said, Appa, I don't want to go anywhere. I'm not at all happy. We went to one garden, and the chillness, the improvement of microclimate, everything changed the mood of everything. The moment she saw, oh, nice, we'll go inside, very happy to go inside and enjoy the place. So the place should be, the site of the place, the improvement in microclimate of the place should invite you to explore and enjoy the place. That is more important. Then comes your taste. Taste is again directly your vegetables, fruits, all these things. So it will improve your taste buds. But how do you achieve this in terms of landscaping? So calm area with seating. You should have a proper colors for plantation. I think you can read all these things, whatever we are talking about it. You have a accessibility for different kind of people. physically, challenging people are there, so you have to have a wheelchair access. But they should also enjoy all the five smells five senses we are talking about it. And read all those things, whatever we are talking about. Here, vertical garden with hanging bells. Then you have a birds because of the fruits. Touch is normally we call it Zen garden to feel. Aroma is smell is aroma garden. Look visual is flowering and sculpture garden for visual. Taste again goes to your orchards. You have fruits. So these are all the 5 different gardens we have created in this particular factory environment. We always neglect the factory, it produces noise, it produces pollution, but it can also produce a very good garden if you have enough space. You can see from the drawing, we have a schematic idea of foot as a first one is Zen garden for touch feeling, second one is water garden for hearing, then aroma garden for smell with a nose idea, then for visual purpose you have eyes kind of thing as concept used, then orchid garden for your taste buds. So you can see from the drawing what kind of concept we have evolved and developed and taken it forward to give rise to the best garden available. So you have the total plan is available to give rise to the 5 senses of garden. Of course, you have factories on the other side, you have the central median to play around for us. The size of the central median is quite big one, so we were able to provide all the activities whatever I am talking to you. The size you can measure it. One sec. You are talking about the visible garden. Actually, we had one advantage in this particular factory is we have a central median of something around 9 meters, quite a width. So we were able to, and the length is quite substantial, more than 300-400 meters length. So we were able to segmentize into 5 segments and then divide it into different gardens, so that we also have some kind of a input which is different from others, number one, and also interesting for the people to use it. The people who are all using is the worker force, and then dignitaries coming from foreign countries or local people who buy their product. So they will have a good thing to show off, and it's not going to cost them much. Just going to use this particular concept in order to achieve a visual treat. That is more important. Visual, hearing, all those kind of things. Now we are talking about visual is this one. Then how to achieve, you have this kind of a garden. When it is completed, it look like that. People can walk and enjoy this kind of a garden. Then with a good avenue trees and other thing, you will have a better outlook. Then we are talking about aroma. Aroma, we are trying to put something, going up the flames. This kind of pattern has been used for a smell garden, the second zone. So you have different smelling plants from the upper level, from pergola level to lower level. Different plants are used in order to have a different smelling. Third one, we are talking about the vertical garden, which is more for the hearing side. You have bells hanging, you have long pods coming from the trees or creepers, so that you get some kind of noise, and then fruits are there, so that birds will come and give some kind of a sound for the garden. Then visually pleasing, very artistic view has been created with a vertical and lower gardens with pergola, creepers, stone walls, very neatly packed planting. Then taste is purely orchids, orchards. You have a lot of fruit bearing trees are planted. the view of fruit bearing trees and fruit bearing shrubs. And then finally we are coming to Zen garden, where it is visually pleasing. Touch, mainly it is to touch and feel the garden. You have pebbles, you have stones, you have small bridges across. So all these things will make you to touch the plants and then feel about it. That is the basic intention of touch garden here. So the details again, we get into the details of what is required. Different crossovers have been provided for the pedestrian usage. Central walkway is provided for the people to feel the 5 different gardens. So you can see the effort gone into developing these kind of. You have a visually challenging people, ramp is available, and for normal people you have a steps to climb up. These are all dictated by the site condition, not that we created, but these level difference were there in the site itself. So we have adopted to the site condition whatever design we have done in this particular project. You have more views on this. It has been executed. I think we might get some of the actually executed photographs also at later date. Maybe next time we go there, we will take some photograph of this particular factory. Understanding the concept, evolving the design and planting material out of the concept, and choice of plant material to achieve the end results of providing 5 different senses have been achieved. So once you go through the design in detail, these points have been taken care very effectively, very closely monitored, and then provided the proper planting plan. So this planting plan, if you observe closely, has taken care of achieving the 5 senses. So you can also study the 5 senses and use them in a different scale or different perception to achieve to the different goal and give rise to a new design concept. See, we always have to not to be in the same silo of grinding the same old powder again and again and again and all over again. So you can think in terms of something different like this, what we are giving you the concept. This particular concept was not done by any other landscape architect. So we are trying to do these kind of concepts. So to develop this kind of a concept and take it forward, it's a very challenging job. Kindly proceed with go through the drawing in detail and understand the concept and take it forward.
Thank you.